Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the Shuffle Squad. Zach Lesage here. Today we're going to be covering over a brand new deck to the metagame. Maybe not totally new, but kind of a new archetype, I should say. Palkia VSTAR with Chien-Pao. This deck's seen a lot of success locally in the GTA, some success at the late night events, and I think a lot of players might be thinking about playing this for the World Championships. Heard a lot of rumblings in the background, so I'm going to show you what this deck does in case it's something that you might want to play, in case it's something you might play against. Of course, we're giving you the best information. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments what you think about this deck. Let's jump into the deck profile. Be sure to check out all of the sponsors of the Shuffle Squad, whether you're looking for graded cards, you're looking for singles, sealed. We have all affiliate codes with all of our great sponsors, so be sure to check them out in the description below. Thank you so much for supporting us. So the first stuff that I heard of this deck is by Callie Moore, local Toronto player, and she's been crushing it with this deck. Top 4 at late night, top 4 at a few cups, beat me in the top 8 of a cup recently. And Palkia VSTAR being 280 HP with a large attack, being able to knock out Pokemon that are 2 prizers that have 220 HP or so, seems to be quite good in this format. So HP, damage output's very good, energy acceleration's good. This deck does not play it does not play Baxcalibur, which is typically played with Chien-Pao, but you do have an opportunity to kind of ramp up energies and play in late game Chien-Pao it. After talking with my pal Sawyer Melbourne, we decided that Suicune V is pretty good in this deck, or they told me that Suicune V is pretty good in this deck, and I mean, Suicune V is good in this deck. We have an opportunity to attack Pokemon without having to evolve. Opportunities to grab some cheeky knockouts there. And of course, you could either go for Radiant Greninja or a Chien-Pao late game after building up energies with Melony and Origin Form Palkia VSTAR. I added a Drapion V because I found out the Mew matchup's pretty terrible in testing. Maybe Spiritomb would make that a little bit better. Maybe Drapion's the sauce. I'm not sure. This is my current take on the list, but some other lists floating around are a couple cards different. We can Cross Switcher and knock out whatever we want, but at the end of the day, this is a huge beat-em-up deck. Where we're just beating up Pokemon and knocking them out, going for like a 2-2-2 strategy of knocking out 3 2-prize card Pokemon. And we have a lot of ways to do that. You can be very sudden when it comes to playing this deck, so the list is going to be available in the description if you're watching on YouTube. Otherwise, take an awesome screenshot of this. Not sure how many games we'll kind of crush out today because a deck like this can be pretty basic in strategy. Like Cross Switcher Boss plus damage is not the most difficult deck to play, but at the same time, we'll see how the gameplay rolls. Let's jump into it. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, we're going to flip this coin and see exactly what we got going on. Love that Origin Form Palkia coin. So it looks like we're going to be going second. To me, I like going first with this deck, but we do have Irida plus Battle VIP Pass. If we do go second, we want to build up a big bench. I'm also not sure our opponent's thinking about it. You know, pause for dramatic effect, I guess. Either that or we're going to have a game where our opponent doesn't necessarily, they might be inactive or something. PTCG Live's sometimes fun word. Yeah, so I guess we're just going to start here with Chien-Pao. That's fine. Again, building up a big bench is kind of sick when it comes to this deck. We'll see what we're playing against. We're playing against a Gardevoir deck. That's okay. Should be pretty tough for them to knock out our Pokemon. We have Radiant Greninja and Canceling Cologne to knock out their Pokemon. So we have some ways to make that happen. Maybe they're not going to immediately turn to knock out our Chien-Pao, so that'd be kind of nice. So we have an opportunity here to go for an early Greninja. And when I say early, I mean like turn 2, we want to be discarding some stuff from our opponent in play. Here I don't necessarily think we need to go for Battle VIP Pass because we can go Nest Ball, Ultra Ball. That's going to get us a Radiant Greninja. That's also going to get us a copy of Palkia VSTAR. We also have access to energies with Chien-Pao. So, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm not sure entirely on the sequencing if I want to use Shivery Chill to discard water energies, then use Radiant Greninja, then use Irida. I think that's probably what I'll do. Then I'll decide if I want to play Iono. But, yeah, shout out to our opponent for a great Gardevoir start. Gardevoir is a fantastic deck heading into the World Championships right now, so we'll see how it plays out. Again, 1 or 2 games with this deck I'm pretty sure will be good enough to get you started with it. Anything else, hit up your boy on Metafy for some coaching, you know. I do offer Pokemon coaching. I don't necessarily mention that enough in videos, but if you're looking to up your game, I'm not just another YouTuber, I'm also a professional Pokemon player, where I play Pokemon as my full-time profession. So if you're ever looking for any help, totally have a lot. I'm a much better coach than I am a player. And yeah, we're filling up some dead space of this video considering that timer's gone down to 1.5 minutes, but figure we'll give the cheeky plug and rock on. So yeah, hopefully it would be sick here if we could actually, I think Irida is what we're looking for. Like, Irida turn 1 is sick, and I know we have Lumineon, we could use Lumineon to search for the Irida or whatever. I don't think there's much else that I want to do with that. Like, I don't want to necessarily use that spot. So let's start things off with Shivery Chill, because this is going to get us some water energies, and that sounds kind of cool. We can also check through our deck, make sure that you're seeing what's good. So we have the Radiant Greninja, we're going to grab a Palkia. We prized 1 Palkia V. Like, if there was a 2-prizer in the active or something, we could just knock out with, like, Suicune or something. Nothing that I can see that's too crazy. Like, we have our cross switches and stuff like that. Another question that a lot of players have when it comes to going through this list is how many, like, why do you play so many copies of switching, like, cards? I should phonetically say that, switching cards, not switching carts. You want to be able to kind of switch back and forth into Chien-Pao to get more energies in your hand to thin your deck out properly. So we're going to grab the Palkia here, and before doing anything else, I'm just going to go ahead and slap on an concealed cards. Sweet. So there's Irida. Irida is going to grab us Battle VIP Pass. Oh, we actually prize Battle VIP Pass. Okay, so we're going to get the full kind of bench pattern. Part of me kind of wants to grab... We have Iono. I mean, you want to know what? I'm just going to go for Nest Ball, and I'm going to go for another Palk. Maybe I don't want to go for another Nest Ball. Maybe I'm just going to go for a Cross Switcher play here, because that sounds also good. Oh, actually, you want to know what? I am going to go for Nest Ball because it's only showing me the other ones, and I want to grab Bidoof. PTCG Live makes it confusing sometimes when you're going through your deck, so if you're like, hey, where did all my other Pokemon go? Bidoof was a card that I'm like, oh, we don't have that many Pokemon left to choose from. So yeah. So we've already done all of our abilities. Again, not doing Lumineon. Lumineon's gonna search. I think Lumineon would be great to search for something like another Cross Switcher if they don't put down a Manaphy. With Irida, of course. I'm probably just going to attach my energy here since we have 3 energies in our discard pile. I'm probably just going to attach the energy here to Palkia, because Palkia is a Pokemon that I'd like to pivot into an attack with next turn. I don't care about Chien-Pao right now. So we're going to go ahead here and pass, and we're in a really good position. Like, again, if our opponent does not go Manaphy, we are wiping double routes off the board, and they may not be expecting Palkia VSTAR compared to Baxcalibur. So we'll see. Like, if we wipe our opponent's board out, they are having a tough time. And we do have the opportunity to draw into more cards too. You can play Cross Switcher plus Irida in the same turn, so that's really nice there. And wiping out 2 of your opponent's Kirlias can be enough to just kind of chew them up and spit them out. Really allowing them to fall behind. Like, if they're not taking a knockout here, they're not only going to be behind 2 prize cards, they're also going to be behind... couple turns of setup. So there's their Manaphy. We are going to need the Canceling Cologne. So we do need a few pieces, and it would have been nice maybe instead of having the Palkia V to grab with the Nest Ball, I guess, or the Bidoof with the Nest Ball, would have been nice to grab another Cross Switcher because we're technically a card off. But we do have Radiant Greninja, we do have Shivery Chill, and we can kind of cut through a lot of fat when it comes to our deck. So we'll kind of play things out. If our opponent doesn't get Rare Candy Gardevoir EX, they're not attacking us this turn. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But right now, I'm feeling mighty fine. I don't know. We'll see whatever they grab, I guess. What are they gonna get here? They discarded a Kirlia, so that's kind of frustrating, I guess. Okay, Gardevoir, as long as they just Rare Candy, Gardevoir is 6. So they're not really getting an attack on us. They can attach 2 energies with Shining Arcana, and they can attach 1 for their turn. So we might be able to get the turn 2 knockout on Kirlia. Again, we'll have to see how Canceling Cologne works, but I hope we can get Canceling Cologne Cross Switcher. If we get a Cross Switcher or a Canceling Cologne off our top deck or Radiant Greninja, Lost City is not what we're looking for. So before going in with Lumineon and searching for Irida, what I want to do here is just go Shivery Chill, grab out a couple water energies. And we can always make that play in another turn as well. I do want to point that out, that we can make it in another turn. We do have the opportunity to maybe just like not play the Lumineon down. I think what I'm going to do is like just decide on that, considering there's not that many like changes. There's the Cross Switcher. So we're going to make a sick play here, fams. There's the Lumineon V. Lumineon V searches our deck for Irida. Yes, we want to use Lumineon Sign. Search your deck for Irida. Irida's going to go out. Irida's going to grab our Canceling Cologne. I wouldn't be surprised if our opponent conceded here because they basically just lose the game. Sure, we'll just grab another Pokemon in our hand just to have one. There's the Suicune V. We're going to grab the Canceling Cologne. We're going to go ahead, go Palkia down. Palkia goes down. We're going to Cross Switcher up their Manaphy. Send up Greninja. You can see that we have a bunch of energies in our discard pile. So this is turn 2 of the game. Literally going to rip our opponent's cards to shreds. And this is why this deck is good. Lost City, Canceling Cologne. We could even attach another energy to one of our Pokemon. I'm going to attach the energy here to Chien-Pao because you cannot Melony to Chien-Pao. And let's go for Moonlight Shuriken. Moonlight Shuriken's going to wipe out both of their Kirlias. And they're gone. They're gone to the Lost Zone. They can't even get out of Gardevoir EX because they missed the fundamental rule of how their Gardevoir works. I mean, maybe they weren't expecting the Cross Switcher Canceling Cologne play. They can't get out Gardevoir EX. They have 1 routes now to get out Gardevoir EX. So their deck is going to be able to do Shining Arcana maybe for 150. If they knock it a Radiant Greninja, that's fine. Now we could just go after their copies of routes in play. They might not be able to get out a Gardevoir EX, period. And I mean, this is really what makes this exciting gameplay. Like, this to me is a concession moment. Like, if it was World Championships Finals, sure, play out your turn, do whatever you're looking for. And to me, it looks like they have a routes prized. If I had a gut hunch, gut feeling, if I would be a betting man, that's it. And let's just make this worse for them. I mean, technically, we still need energies. So, since we need energies, yeah, they're going to concede. Like, there's no point of playing after that point because we're just going to attack with Palkia VSTAR and just be a big attacker at that point. I was thinking about recording another game, but I decided, how am I going to get a better game? That was game 1 of 1, filmed 1 of 1. I'm honest, I'll film when I get losses and stuff like that. But if I'm going to be filming a deck where I'm like, okay, I'm going to go Palkia mode and attack and do 200 and whatever, I showed how Cross Switcher works. I showed how the Canceling Cologne worked. I showed how to get the energies in your discard pile. I showed how to thin your deck properly, how the deck is sequenced properly, and we got a turn 2 KO on 2 Kirlias and one of the most important matchups in the game. And to me, that is like kind of the epicness of this deck. Sure, if I'm playing against a deck like Tina, I might have just gone Palkia VSTAR knockout active. Something like that could work. But at the same time, I also want to leave it open a little bit for y'all to play this deck around and see what's going on with that. So in this case, hopefully get a chance to play around with this deck. Again, shorter than my usual videos. Still probably around the 15-minute mark, 16-minute mark. I didn't want to necessarily be like, yeah, let's make this a 30-minute video or a 40-minute video. If anyone's looking for anything else, let me know in the comments below. Totally love to hear back from that. Learn a little bit more about what's going on with this deck. Sure, you can also hit me up for some coaching on Metafy, like I said. But yeah, this deck's kind of the real deal heading into Worlds, and maybe the gameplay works out as well for that. But I think this list is hot. This deck is hot. Definitely just made top 10 in the top 10 best decks list for the week. So check it out. Just kind of wanted to show you what the list looked like, show you what some gameplay could look like. And that game was an absolute banger. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed watching this vid. Let me close y'all out. Peace out and have a great one. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.